chat is bright. It's 9 p.m. and the vibe is right. A single flame cuts through the gloom. There's something burning in the room. The soy sauce assassin on the legions comes in. Turn on the speaker and heard the familiar theme. Let's go. Every single day, gotta make something great. That's my way. Oh, the soy sauce assassin sing. He's got the smoke and fire. Set the fire to the rapper. Taking the flavor higher. Find the notes from cedar to spice. It's more than a habit, it's a dedicated vice. With a flavor and philosophy deep from the shells. The next great cigar review is about to begin. The mic is live, the camera rolls. He's navigating brand new stogies in 8 scrolls. He talks about the draw, the construction, the feel. Is it worth the money? Is this the real deal? Raise the body like a beauty in a brown dress. Keeps the mood relaxed, not give in to fools. Legs learn a thing or two, because that's what we do. The leader of the Shadow Smokers Legion, a dreamer finds shadows from different regions. In a haze of white smoke, the community meets, sharing good times and sharing smoky trees. Not just reviewing, but everything about life. A smoky sanctuary where the viewers can roam. So pour a drink and settle back. Follow the soy sauce assassin's digital track. You taste a puff, a thoughtful pause. Let's go. Every single day, gotta make something great. That's my way.
Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. Welcome to our Wednesday's Smokers Panel Live. Hold on a second. Let me get this done. View. Ahmed. Oh, I had no sound. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's no sound. Val, can you test your sound? Nope, can't hear you. Hold on. Let me change that. Okay, so that. And then the speaker is
maybe, I don't know.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay.
So it's my volume.
Your volume is low? No. I think
No,
no, go ahead.
I was on a medical meeting earlier today, and they told me I needed to lower my volume because it was too loud.
Oh. Okay,
I
okay,
lowered
okay.
it, but it's okay now.
One moment, because I still had to adjust something. My microphone's correct. My speaker is not correct.
Let me adjust my heater in my. Because we gotta go from medium.
Hold on, let me.
Hello. All right. All right. Oh, good.
Let me double check, make sure this is correct. All right, so this is not correct. So let me change this. You gotta change this. You gotta change this. That.
Let me change this.
Everybody, like, hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna change this thing because I unplugged my mixer right before this. So All right, so we gotta do more sound setting. No, not this one.
Yeah. I think I'm all right.
And then that. Okay. All right. There we go.
Here we go.
So if I change that to this, and no, still not here. Okay. Now I got. Hold on a second. Let me turn this off and redo it again. Let me redo this again. Let me redo this again. All right. Okay. Now let me see. Let me see. Speaker. Nope, still not correct. No, I can do this one.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
I
think so.
I can hear you clear.
I think we're good. I think we're good. All right.
All right.
Now, boom. There we go.
All right, later.
How's everybody doing?
I am doing outstanding since my Seahawks won. You know, I gotta talk about my bad boys. Seahawks. Seahawks, go Hawks.
All right. So, we'll let you talk about Seahawks. Go ahead, and then
Okay,
we'll
so,
move on to topics.
Playoffs start this weekend. Saturday, my beloved Seahawks won. Very impressive game. Played against the 49ers and won. 49ers had a bad day. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. A win is a win. But that gave us the number one seed in the NFC conference, in the national conference. They gave us the division championship for the West Division champion in the conference. So this wild card weekend coming up, because they became number one in their conference, they have this weekend off, and their actual playoff games will start the week after. So, whoever it might be, I hope it's a good game, and I hope we win because, you know, like that movie says, any given Sunday, anybody can win. Just a matter of one who wants it the most, and sometimes the way the ball bounces, and sometimes if you get lucky, and maybe all three. So, with saying that, that's all I'm going to say about my beloved Seahawks. 14-3, baby. Yeah, go Hawks.
All right, congrats. Congrats. All right. Light up a cigar right now. You guys know I've been fasting, so today I ate, and I ate a lot, and literally after I ate, my stomach didn't like that. My stomach's like, hey, you ate too much. So now I feel a little bit like too full, and who knows, but enough food in my stomach for having some cigars. All right.
Let me see. What am I?
I think I need to be put it as a habit to let everybody know Ashtray is for sale, and Humidor is for sale. So if you want more details, go to our website. And our public Discord is open. So if you want to join Shadow Smokes Legion, it's gonna be two ways. One is you find a member, they send you an invite, and the other one is literally you join our public Discord, and if you fit in, eventually you're gonna invite. There you go. So long day. Let's see what we want to talk about today. Today I literally talked to the AI. I was like, what should we talk about? Like, what haven't we talked about over the 7 years that we've been talking about everything? What have we not been talking about? Like, you know, what have we not talked about? And that's a tough one because, like, I know people tend to talk about things that have been talked about, like cigar stuff that have been talked about before, that if a newbie decides to jump into your newer video, they still learn something. Right? They still learn something. but I'm looking at a topic, and it might be just me, right? But looking at topics, I know they are beneficial. I know they're helpful, but like when I look at it, I was like, isn't that too basic? Now here's a question, right? How basic do you think is too basic on this show? How basic is too basic on this show?
Okay, so before we answer that question, I'd like to know what everybody is smoking. I am smoking something by Aging Room 101. Okay, I don't know if you guys. Where am I at? Am I here?
You're there. You're there. You're there.
Okay, maybe
To the left.
this. Okay,
All right, here we go.
and
Oh, the LTD 2024.
it's a limited 2024, and
It's a Namakubi.
Yes, I'm glad you could pronounce it because I couldn't read it. I saw the N and I saw the K, and I couldn't figure anything else out about it. But I've had this for a while, and I thought, what the heck? Let's give this thing a taste today.
Well, today I was smoking the Camacho 2025, so
Okay,
nothing special.
all right. Anybody posting in the audience what they're smoking?
Not
Or
yet.
not yet? We can
Not yet.
review it.
Not
We can
yet.
review it. We can review it. So your question. Here's
Bui says, is Opus X Angel share for tonight?
Very good. It's outstanding.
All right, so here we go. What do we got?
All right, so look at the question is the how basic is it? The fundamentals.
Like, how
So-
basic is too basic for the show?
Okay, well, I think if the people out there and our audience, you know, I wish I could read the screen. I really do, and I can't. And I probably could if I went to my phone and put
Yeah.
on a YouTube live.
I'm
and
reading
just-
it for you, so I'm reading it for you when it comes out.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just saying, just lower it down to low so there's no sound is coming out. But I don't want to be doing one of these things.
No, I'll read it out for you. That's no problem.
Okay. All right. So I mean, for the people in the audience, if you can give us an idea, because I don't even think we've ever asked this question, or if we did, I don't remember it. How many years have you guys been smoking? And it's a two-part question, because some people could have started and then taken a break. I mean, several years break and then restarted. Okay, I know some people. I started smoking about 15 years ago, and I stopped for about 7 or 8 years, and then I just started getting back into it. So there's a 15-year beginning, then there's like a 7-year break, and then there's a restart. Okay. For me, I have really started dabbling back into smoking cigars in, I want to say 2018, 2019, but really started becoming more of a cigar. I don't want to say cigar fanatic, and I know I'm not a cigar aficionado, more of a cigar enthusiast, because I really enjoy smoking cigars and meeting people and stuff. I want to say around 2021. So relatively short time for me. Okay, I mean, if you look at cigar years. But going back to that question, how basic is it? How much fundamentally is it? A lot has to do with knowing what our audience experiences is. That's number one.
But that's the thing, right? Like, here, everybody have different experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're obviously addressing something basic, you're addressing for the people that is new coming in, right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. You don't know. You don't know. It could be somebody that's like, hey, how did I season a humidor? Or,
You bring up an excellent point in that, because we've covered this. I believe we've covered this every year since I've been a member.
we probably did. Like how to light lighter selection, cutter selection. Every
Yes.
year, I think we cover the same thing.
Yes.
Because there's only so
Yeah.
many things that you need to know about cigars,
Yeah.
right?
and the proverbial answer is, well, you know, if you really want to know that stuff, you can always go online and check it out because there are other YouTubers that bring this stuff into play. They talk about it as we have talked about it, and we have pros and cons and discussions and that kind of thing. But and then you always get that you know, is there really such thing as a silly question? The answer is no, because if you don't ask, you just don't know.
Mhm.
And if it's been asked before and you've not been around, you still don't know. Okay, now it may be encumbering or, oh, hey, do we have to answer this thing again? We just talked about this, you know. Yeah, we do, because this is what our audience is asking us. But yeah, I don't know how to address it. I think that's something that we are going to be going back and forth as the year goes by. It's going to just keep coming and going, coming and
There are
going.
people that continue to make like, you know, videos for those, but then because it's a video, you don't know when's new, when's not, right? So it's just it just pops up. So, but before we keep going, I want to say Kenny said that he's smoking a Fuente A58 natural. Bui says that he's been smoked for 2 years now. He used to smoke 20 years ago and he stopped, and then, you know, went with something else and went back to cigars.
Yeah, now subliminally, he probably, and I'm just throwing this out there. And I don't even know where that person is from, but I'm just saying that subliminally, if he restarted this 2 years ago, he was probably getting subliminal messages from me and the Seahawks and having a cigar. So, you know, I'll take that. Yeah.
But what the hell are you calling me? What are you talking about?
Just having fun out there. Just having fun out there.
Oh, it's long live Tiberius. I'm sorry.
Long live Tiberius.
Tiberius. I'm sorry. I've been calling him Tiberius, and I just remember last time that he actually pronounced it Tiberius.
Yeah, Tiberius, one of the Roman people.
Tiberius. His dog was now named Tiberius. That's his memory of his dog, Tiberius.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Long live Tiberius.
so yeah, all these things that the AI has suggested me. No. I was calling. It was Bui, no? Like, did I pronounce it wrong? Bui. I think that's why you told me to, like, that's how you that's how your short name was. Did I say it wrong? No, I just go back to Tiberius. A lot easier to remember. It is a lot easier to remember.
Or you can just call him Mr. Tibbs.
I will go back to Tiberius. That's the easier way to pronounce it. You know what? Like, you told me your name, and then you told me the short way to pronounce that name. Did I remember it wrong? We'll move forward. We'll just. I think I remembered it wrong. So I'm just gonna say Tiberius. That's the easiest one.
Yep, on to the next one.
You know what? Hold on a second.
Also, evening, gents.
What's going on, Rick?
In March,
I
I went from 9 years ago when I started smoking. I was 19, and I think it was like once a month. I think 3 to 4 years ago is when it became daily. So yeah, I used to once a week or once every other week on my lunch breaks when I used to be a manager at Walmart. I'll go outside by the vestibules and sit on the bench and have a cigar once a week or every other week.
I apologize. I think I remember it wrong, but from now on, I'm just gonna call him Andy. Is that okay? Andy is okay? Is Andy okay? Or do we keep going with the Tiberius? There's so many names. It's like, I think I got it messed up. For some reason, I feel like I call you that name from a few times. But Andy, okay?
No, let's take a vote. I say Tiberius.
I think Tiberius is good. It's like
I
it's
think
like, you know,
Tiberius is
I'm
good.
honoring the dog every time.
It's different. It's
True.
different, right?
Yes,
You-
Tiberius or Andy? Which one? Tiberius, Andy. Tiberius, Andy.
Man,
Tiberius. Tiberius. I vote Tiberius.
Tiberius or Andy? We have one vote Tiberius. Because I've been calling it Tiberius.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
just
you could just do a little nickname, just put Tib.
All right, Tiberius for sure. Much cooler name. Okay, Tiberius it is. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Save that in my head. Why do I think of Louis? Whose name is that then? Whose name was that? Why did I think of that?
Wasn't that
Another person
yeah,
that we talk online. Who?
yeah.
see, and I'm thinking of that name, and I'm thinking about all those Roman movies. Hail Caesar. You know, Hail.
I'm gonna have to go through like
Hail
past lives.
Tiberius.
But anyway, so yeah. So we smoke various thing. All like some of the things. I know we never addressed it, but it was too simple to be simple. So how simple is too simple? That's what I'm saying, right? Some of the stuff like it's like, all right, for one, it says let's talk about what barnyard is. All right, and here's the thing: is like if you smoke long enough and then you talk about the flavor is barnyard, you wouldn't need somebody to explain to you what barnyard is. And if you can't tell what barnyard is, you have not picked up the notes yet. So that's like weirdly like specific, hard to put to places. You know, it's like saying we can talk about this is the leather taste, but then like really you don't know what leather tastes like until you go chew on the leather. Right? So like something like that wouldn't work. Like it's a topic, yeah, we could talk about it, but everybody tastes things different. Like in fact, I think one of the biggest thing that people always have weird taste to is cilantro. Everybody tastes cilantro different.
Okay.
Some people say it tastes like soap. Some people say it tastes like Iron Spring. Some people that says it tastes like a herb that has a refreshing notes. Some people that says it tastes like a spice that has a little bit of sharp, sour, like almost like lemongrass, but not sour. Everybody's different. Some people say it tastes like parsley.
I'm in a spectrum where it's like between the Irish Springs and herb.
But I don't think it tastes like soap. I eat it all the time.
Yeah, I eat cilantro a lot.
So my wife absolutely hates the flavor. But obviously it doesn't taste like soap because if it tastes like soap, a bowl of pho will taste like soap. Right? So that doesn't work. Right? That doesn't work. So we can't really talk about flavor. Cutting your cigar is personal preference. Lighting your cigar is personal preference. And I think one of the biggest problem thing out there is how to season your humidor. That thing is a mess. The more I look at it, the more I regret we ever talked about it. Because I don't think today, even to today, that anybody actually seasons their humidor correctly. Right?
Okay.
Well, that's because you hear different techniques or different strategies.
All right, let's sum it up, right? What is seasoning your humidor?
A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, throw a little paprika inside there, get some cedar wood, shake that shit up. We throw
Put
your
the brine
cigars.
in there, you know?
You're gonna get all those flavors.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's
I'm with Val.
like Tiberius says, I don't season mine, burrito, close the door, electric or not. And here's the thing. That is correct.
Okay, look at. All right, look at here. Now, I hear all this stuff about those Bovedas, okay? And I bought a lot of them. And, I did the seasoning thing. I get the sponge. I wipe the inside down so I see a little change in the color. I know I'm not going to leave anything puddling. I'm not going to leave any pooling. Okay. I do that. I throw both of the 80 something. They call it the starter, whatever
Yeah,
the hell
starter
it
kit.
is.
Yeah.
It's an 80 something percentage. I throw it in there. Now, how long do you leave it in? A week, 2 weeks,
A week,
30?
yeah.
I throw it in there, okay, and then you put your cigars in there. Then you get the other Boveda pack percentage that you prefer, that you desire. 72. There's a 72. There's a 69. There's a 65, and I think there's a 62 as well. I'm not sure,
Yep,
but I'm thinking.
52, 59, 54.
Okay, so
Anything but 70. There's no
Okay.
70%.
yeah, forget that 70 stuff. So you pick out the one that you want. Now, here is and I know people are going to say, well, you got a bad seal. You got a bad seal. My Boveda packs, and I don't care what size it is, how many grams it is, okay, how big the package is. Mine does not last more than 30 days. Okay.
Well, you're
and
supposed to
I
refill it.
know- look,
You're
I
supposed to
know-
recharge it.
Wait. I know people that says, well, I had my Boveda pack in there for 2 months. I had mine in there for 3 months. I had mine in for a year, and it's still good.
But they don't live in the Northeast.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know. But look, I live in the Midwest. I'm in the Chicagoland area. I have my humidor in a certain spot, okay? So I don't have a fluctuation of
But no, but you're still
temperatures.
up north. You're dry. Chicago's a windy city. It's dry.
It is a very dry climate over there in that state.
So your
But
cigar arrived to your house dry. It needs a drink.
look at when I get my cigars in, when I order them wherever I get them in, Arizona, Miami, wherever the hell I get them in, okay? I put them in my humidor. Some people smoke them right away.
Is it
'cause
wooden?
they're
Okay,
old.
it, number one, let's put it out there, right? Is it wooden humidor or is it electric humidor?
Mine is wooden.
Okay, so let's talk about that first, right? You think whatever that's in there does not come out being the wood?
Well, yeah, it is. I know there's going to be an exchange.
No, even if you have the best seal in the world, the wood is
Well-
gonna take some moisture
Yes.
and it's gonna
Yes.
distribute to the outside of the box too,
Yes.
which will
I
still take from your Boveda.
I get that. I get
So
that.
you will
But-
dry out your Boveda unless you're using electric humidor complete seal or a topper water will leak out, will get out.
Well, I will tell you this much. I do have an electric one, and I do have a little Tupperware container where I have like 5 or 10 in there, and I keep one of those little bitty squares,
Mhm.
the little individual
The
squares.
top
that
door
you-
is gonna last longer. Your Boveda pack is supposed to last longer,
smaller than that. Smaller than that.
right?
But it does work better out of all three. The little Tupperware thing, my electric one, and my wooden one. That Boveda pack lasts a hell of a lot better in my Tupperware
Yeah,
than it
because
does in my
Tupperware,
electric, and it does in my other
yeah,
one.
because Tupperware it's not penetrable by water. It doesn't go through. Wood, anything with a wood is gonna take moisture. Okay, here's what happened. Okay, a while back, I was gonna make a video on how to season the Shadow Smoke's Legion humidor. All right, why I should show off that Shadow Smoke's Legion humidor. And I talked to a manufacturer, well, actually 2 manufacturers. I was like, give me the manufacturer recommended process to season your humidor. Wet down your wood. That sounds horrible. Wet down your humidor.
Oh,
It is the wrong way to do it.
giggity.
Wiping it down.
Wet. To use a sponge to put moisture onto your humidor is the wrong
Yeah,
way to
it's
do
funny.
it.
That size.
It's the wrong way to do it. Can you believe that? All this time we thought was the correct way.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
And guess what the reason was?
Because, I am guessing that because the distilled water that you're wiping down the humidor is soaking into it very fast and is causing an expansion, and it may be causing the have a humidor warp a little and then affecting the seal.
Exactly. It will warp and you'll destroy the paint outside your box.
So the best
Too
method
much
will be-
moisture in the wood will cause the wood to expand and will warp, and then part of it will push out and will actually hurt the paint on
The
on
best
your
way to do it would
humidor.
get like a little cup, fill it with distilled water, and leave it in there.
So
And just let
basically,
it-
what they're saying is that you still should wipe down your humidor because it came out of the factory, there's dust and everything. Wipe it down and let it dry really quickly. It's got to dry out really quick because the wood is very dry.
Yeah.
It's got to dry out really
Right.
quickly. But don't continue to put water in there. All right? And then after that, put a cup water in there. A cup of water in there.
One of these.
Yeah, one of those tray, whatever. Just 1 cup of
Yeah.
water in there.
Yeah, but okay, I get that, but that takes up space.
No, you put
I-
the water in there. Once it's in there, you put a boveda in there. That's 1 or 2% higher than the percentage that you want. Hence why they make 72%.
Yeah, but that boulder pack is gonna suck out that water that's inside that.
No, you need 1 or 2% higher than what the humidity that you want. So if you're at
So-
72, your humidor is gonna stay at 70. It will absorb once it surpass 72.
Okay.
And you leave it like that for a week and come back later. That's the proper way to season your humidor. Not wiping it down, put moisture on it. It's actually just put a cup of water, put a boveda pack, few percentage higher than what you want it, and just leave it there for a week.
And that
They're
seasons
saying
it-
that putting moisture on it is the lazy way to do it, that you want to get it done quick.
Mhm.
But you're not allowing the whole thing to evenly distribute the moisture because some part of it is going to get more moisture, some part is going to get less. It's not evenly distributed. You literally not allow the wood to say, hey, this is the maximum I gotta have. I don't need any more. You're making it have more than enough and then evaporate. Rather than I have enough, I stop right here. I did not know that. So if you want a longevity for your humidor, this is what you should do. It's literally put a cup of water and I was like, what if you ain't got time for that?
I mean, you could use a shot glass because shot glass are more skinnier and more.
They say if you ain't got time for that, put all your cigar in there, put a lot of boveda pack in there, put a lot of water in there, and come back to adjust it the next day.
No, I
'Cause
don't want to
eventually-
take that chance.
No, because eventually it will equal.
will
Your
balance
humidor,
out.
it's got to be too dry to start with. Doesn't matter who it is. You got a whole week before it evens out. If you just shove everything in there and put water in there, it will be too dry no matter what.
So once I receive the humidor, all I have to do is just leave a couple, a couple of the
Cup of
distilled
water there and both of the pack, and that's it. Leave it.
Just leave it there for a week, and then once it goes-
Actually, no. Before that, wipe it down because there's
of course,
dirt
yeah.
and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Wipe it down. That's
clean it.
already some moisture on it. And cup, water.
Let it go for a week, and then after a week, put my
Yeah.
cigars in.
You don't even need a hygrometer. You don't even need a hygrometer. He said the hygrometer doesn't do shit.
Yeah, because that boulder pack's going to bring it up to the humidity
Yeah,
you want.
because
Okay, and-
you're expecting your body attack to work. So the
Yeah.
hygrometer doesn't do anything. In fact, the hygrometer will fluctuate based on temperature.
I mean, I have a little tote right here of like years worth of bovedas being recharged. It was like, it's like.
And
stacks
here's the
in here.
thing, I didn't even know this, okay? So the reason why they're telling you that you shouldn't recharge your boveda is because boveda can mold inside and you'll never know.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's why I don't pour it inside. You know,
No,
I
no,
don't-
it will mold
even-
inside.
Even if you're doing that kind of method?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's
I'm
what I
gonna-
was told. That's what I was told. I was like, all right, I'll recharge some and put it in there. It's like, no, hey. He's like, if you recharge your both out like 4 or 5 times, you should throw it away. I was like, why? They recharge forever. Well, here's the problem inside. They can mold inside. You'll never know.
Interesting. Okay. 'Cause, yeah, they live in a climate where mold is perfect for.
Yeah, it will mold inside. You'll never know.
Because obviously, if it's below the the freezing point, you're good with no mold. If it's if it's boiling point, you're not gonna get a mold. But if
So
you're in
what
that
I was
wet
told-
in between,
The
sense.
initial solution for both of that has some preventative for mold. When you recharge it, those are gone.
Yeah, you dilute that away each time you're recharging.
Right? Once you recharge a few times, those are completely gone, and now it's just water in there. And it could mold.
I guess I gotta order more cigars.
Like I didn't even know about that until I went to talk to somebody. So here's the thing, right? That is a basic knowledge, but at the same time, we don't know.
True.
And all this time, I tell people, hey, wipe
Okay,
it
Rick.
down, leave it there 2 days, let it balance out, and all that stuff.
All right, Rick, here we go. How long you been recharging those, Rick?
Too long.
Here we do. We can do a for science. Grab one out, get some scissors, cut it open, take a look.
And they are saying that, you know how your Boveda, once it crystallizes, it doesn't uncrystallize.
I'm gonna go for the bottom ones, just the ones that are more older.
Really, Tony? Really? You're saying once it crystallizes and gets hard as a brick?
Some. And it's because the water that you use is not pure and clean. So mineral goes in there and binds with the stuff that's in there and then crystallizes. You'll never undo it.
All right, so let's see how. Okay, I know how I could do this. We're doing this for science.
But get
No.
some gloves on, get a mask on, get some eye protection in there. Get your
Obviously,
get
I
your
didn't
personal protective gear.
confront them about whether or not these are true, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense. I never thought of that.
Like I don't think about it, you know.
Yeah. And yeah, if you can recharge them, why throw them away and buy new ones? I get it. I get it. We're trying to be cost effective, even though they are not very expensive, but
So here is the best way to keep your humidor is to use floating clean water with a mesh on top.
Wait a minute.
And use dry Boveda pack to keep your humidity.
Say that again. You lost me
All right.
there.
So-
Floating.
Floating. All right, so you want a cup of water. You want a cup of water, right?
Yeah.
And the water needs to be distilled or purified,
Distilled.
right? And they say actually distilled might still not be good. You want to test your water if you want to, but you don't. Yeah, what did you do?
The science.
Right? So once you have that cup of water, you want to put a mesh on top, almost like a stocking,
Okay.
right?
Some kind of
So-
netting. Okay.
So the water doesn't come out, but you can check the netting for mold. If they say if anyone's gonna mold first, or mold the nettings first.
I see no mold in this one.
Hey, look at. Don't be cutting your fingers. You should have been using some scissors to cut that open.
Yeah, why didn't
Well-
you use the scissors to cut the side and just?
I don't
Yeah,
have scissors
because-
in the office.
Wait, you have an office and you have no scissors? Every office has scissors.
I'd actually do.
Well, not every, maybe most offices. Put it that way.
The office I specialize in doesn't usually really need a scissor since everything's on computer. Yeah, mine is just a very questionable white substance that looks like something else.
I should have
What?
saved you guys one because I did find one that's molded.
So I'm just thinking that the mold is either going to be green or black.
It's green and black, yes.
right? So I think if you got the white stuff, that's probably part of that product that's inside the bowl.
No,
of the
it's not
pack.
the white stuff. It's black or green.
Yeah.
And starting. I did find one. I didn't save it. I throw it away.
Okay.
So mine looks like it's fine. It's just white. It just looks just. I look like I'm about to go to a bank and it's not to deposit
Okay.
money.
So
Okay.
so
You're good.
here, let me go back.
Yep.
Let me go back, okay? So you want to use clean water over a mash so that slowly dispenses the humidity over. And you wanna check it all the time, right? And you put a mash over it. It could be like a gnat. It could be a stocking just on top. And you don't want to cover the entire thing. You just want to be on top, right? So the moisture slowly dispenses. And then you want to use dry over the pack, dried, bone dry, in your humidor.
So why? So that absorbs the excess moisture?
So it only takes the excess moisture that your cigar no longer want to take. At first, your humidor is gonna take it. Your humidor has the most surface area, so it's gonna
Right.
take that moisture first, and then your cigar is gonna take it, and
Right.
then the rest goes to the bulb of the pack. Honestly, I think this one doesn't have enough taste as a limited edition because Camacho's broadleaf has more flavor than this, but this one's more smooth, more calming. That I can smoke it without having too much issue while I'm on a diet.
Okay.
So I think this one's smoother, but not as flavorful as I say broadleaf.
Also, thank you, Martin, for the comment.
Right? So, yeah, I didn't know about that until I contacted the manufacturer what they do, and then they say a lot of time they don't even bother seasoning the thing for display. Right? So, and they say a lot of people keep their cigars in a cigar box in the humidor where they have a boba pack in there anyway. They say the humidor mainly for upkeep purpose. And they're saying, this is what they're saying. Distilled water and purified water, anything water has the same rate minus tap water, has the same rate, same probability of getting mold in your humidor. Because the mold spore is not on your water, it's on your cigar.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. I can, all right.
So don't use tap water. And then the reason they say don't use tap water is because if you use tap water, white dust settles in your humidor.
Mm-hmm.
But every other water out there has the same probability of getting you mold in your humidor because the mold spore is on your cigar.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense. I can go along. I think I can believe that. I can go
It's
along
moisture.
with
At the
that.
end of the day, it's a moisture. So no matter
So you're
what,
providing them very clean water in a very humidified condition in a very warm climate. You have the same rate of getting mold. And he says, and the reason that you get a lot of mold, because you open your humidor too often.
you're introducing dust and other outside debris to come in. You open it, constantly open and close it, open and close it.
So you might be having a very clean moisture. The moment you open your humidor, all those moisture are tinted. So a lot of things that we worry a lot about really doesn't exist. No, I told him I don't really worry about it because I have my cigar on my floor and stuff like that. My floor doesn't mold. So I guess that's like a simple common knowledge to talk about. Let's see. I put my box in storage, at least the one worth keeping, the rest gets chucked. Like chuck into a box, a bin. Chuck.
Or
Or throw them away.
Don't throw them away. What's like cigars?
also,
Don't throw 'em
Innocent
away.
said hi to you, Val.
Who?
Innocent.
Oh, try. Wow. Since we don't inhale, why not smoke a moldy cigar? Mushrooms are good. Well, why not smoking a moldy cigar? Well, okay, if you say molds are good, then why wouldn't you eat the moldy outside of a cheese? Right?
I don't need moldy cheese.
Or cheese is mold.
Yeah, cheese is mold. No matter what type of cheese it is formed through mold.
Yeah.
No. If it's got green stuff or white furry stuff, it's mold.
They wipe it
Right.
out.
They're on top outside that shell. They're always on it. Right? Blue cheese is as close to mold as you can get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, blue cheese is like the
Well, goat cheese. Have you seen goat cheese?
goat
Mold
cheese,
ate
yeah.
it so much it crumbles. Right? So we really worry too much about cigars. Actually, meaning you guys. You guys see me how I treat cigars, you'll never say the same for me. But I was surprised how easy it could be.
I think that the worrisomeness, or the concern
Oh,
is
it is
that
an investment. You're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
yes, you got it. It's the price we pay, right? That causes they have that concern about that.
But cigar lasts the longest in a free environment. Meaning on your table. Believe it or not, cigar lasts the longest dry. Right? Because you're smoking this or you're burning this. You don't want this to be wet. And the wetter it is, you're creating... okay, anything more than 50% is environmental mold. Can we agree on that? If you don't believe it, go check your attic. Go check your bathroom.
I remember I had cigars that I remember I forgot in a box when moving from my first apartment with my parent, and then going to my my first apartment. I left a few cigars in a box for like 3-4 years, for like 3 years, and I opened it, dry as hell. But there's no green anything. There's nothing on it. I threw them in in my humidor for like 3-4 weeks.
Smokable again.
It's really smokable.
Yeah.
It was hard as shit, but there was no.
No, think about it this way. Right? They found Mayan cigars 500 years old. You think anybody go there? Hey, I'm gonna go change the Bolivar pack. It's year 20. Let's put a Bolivar pack in there. It's dry. It's dry. Now, talking about, he said, I have a very old Cuban that has white dust on it, mold. I'm thinking, so in theory, you can smoke a cigar that has white mold on it. Okay? And the white mold is gonna eat up some sugar. It's gonna eat up some oil on it. It's gonna change the taste. But the problem with mold is that mold has flavor. When something's moldy, you can smell that, and you probably wouldn't enjoy that. And having mold in your airway, your nose, might cause infection. Just saying. So it might not be the healthiest thing for you. And this is why they say if it's on the foot, don't touch, just toss it. Just toss it. Just toss it, I smoked a moldy cigar before, and it really just tastes musty and it's nasty. It doesn't taste like a mushroom. Okay, so that's up for debate whether or not that's good. But it's not, we try to do this hobby as healthy as possible. So don't introduce risk into a healthy, not into a questionable hobby. Right? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. There you go. Right? So yeah. So anybody who have a question about humidor, the best way is the natural way. Put water, put over the to prevent it from going higher, and let it sit. Let it sit. They say, like, you know, in the average store, when they build the shelves, they wipe it down and they just run the thing and just let it sit. They don't go in there and make sure everything's wet. It's warm. Makes perfect sense. Especially you're introducing it to a humidity. You know, 70, that's humid. Human being there is not gonna be happy. Right? So yeah.
It's for science.
It is kind of for science, yeah, but I'm obsessed over this cigar. I found it since in an old humidor. Yeah, here's the thing, okay? Cigars, even if it's not moldy, after 10 years of aging, cigar goes downhill. I don't care what cigar you have.
I mean,
Cigar goes downhill. Why? Because your cigar constantly taking moisture, release moisture, taking moisture, release moisture. And every time it does that, it takes a little bit of flavor away from it.
you could try to be like the next Mr. Beast with cigars. And be like, I'm gonna smoke 10 moldy cigars and let's see what happens to me.
Right? It's constantly taking away your investment. The longer it is.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have a cigar that old, really, really old, it probably don't have any good taste left. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. If you keep a cigar for that long, it's too long. All right? But think of it this way, okay? Let's say you have an 18-year-old wife. 18-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And you're like,
let's go back to the 18-year-old wife.
I'm like, okay.
no, because that's gotta be a wife. Hold on. And let's say you're engaged with the 18-year-old wife, 18-year-old lady, girl. All right.
Okay.
And the father says, "Hey, my daughter is beautiful and gets better of age. Come back in 100 years."
I won't make it.
Let's say if you do, would you still want that wife? She has gotten better. She learned how to cook. 100 years worth of cooking knowledge. She had learned how to clean your room perfectly. She had learned everything that you can possibly do at bed. Anything that you can put the word in bed, she had learned. She's 100 years old.
What you do is you have her write a book for those 100 years, and then you teach that book to the next 18-year-old.
Right. It doesn't matter how good it is. It's still 100 years old. Like the best part of it is gone. So unless she's Betty White, but she's done. So you wouldn't want that. Like, if you say, 18 years ago she was great. Oh well, she's 18 years later. She's not that great anymore. Sorry. I mean, 100 years is an overstatement, but like that gets you the extreme, so you can imagine that, right? Now, like, you remember 18-year-old lady, you're like, every year it's like she's gotta get better. She's better. And then all of a sudden you saw her, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go for another 18-year. All right? A lot of people think that more yellow cello the better, but that's that. Yeah, in fact, all that flavor and all that oil went to your cello. That's a proof that the oil and the coloring has been lifted by the water to your cello. You have a bottle of wine.
That's really like misleading, because I was under the same thought process. You get your cello and look at how dark it is. Look, it's brown. Look at this. Man, this cigar is aged nicely. Yeah, your cello has aged nicely because all your flavors are pretty much being taken away from your cigar. So, I mean, I get it. I get it.
I mean, for a short period of time, let's say for you, if your cigar is 2 years old, and you give another 3 years, it might be more smoother, right? It's taking all the sharpness away, right? Because it was too much in there. It's like having a bowl of soup too much salt. If every year it removes a little bit of salt, eventually become a very nice soup, right? But once you pass that point, now it's just water because all the flavor left.
Mm-hmm.
Now wines are kind of different because wine continue to ferment until you open it. But wine can go bad too.
Wine can go bad too.
Yep.
This is why we like whiskey. So long as you don't touch it, it's still good. 40 years later. It might be less, but it's still good. Right? So there, like we have so many things that we worry about. And if you think about it, it's the opposite. Science says opposite. I know we're putting the cigar in the fridge. I know people will put it in the freezer, but that is only until it gets freezer burn. Once the freezer burn, that cigar's gone. I don't care what it is. Anything that had a freezer burn is gone. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but does it last longer? It kind of does. It kind of does if your environment was bad. The brown in the cellar is flavor, but cigar do get lighter and many gets a touch of sweeter as they age. Yes and no.
It's individualized.
Yeah, that's yes and no. Because it depends on what flavor was lifted from it. Now, if this cigar is extremely earthy, it might be less earthy because the flavor got lifted. And because less earthy, other flavor might be able to shine a little bit better. But for something like natural cigar, like Connecticut, you're getting more flavor because your cedar is contributing to more flavor. But if you really want that much cedar, just take a cedar wood and smoke that cedar wood. All you get is cedar. Right? Think about that. Think about that. We follow a lot of past decade knowledges. And that past decade knowledge, I would say, is like the introduction of flourish of premium cigar. I think I can say that. Right? 10 years ago, start to flourish. Internet start to flourish, and people get more knowledge and start to get knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But if one wrong knowledge is out there, everybody learn from that one wrong knowledge. That makes sense at the time, and everybody start to teach that same knowledge. That's eventually what we get, and thinking that's true. That
Yeah.
and I think that was true. That's how I season my humidor. But it started to make sense because you don't do that to your other humidors. You don't do that to your frigidors, plastic linings, and all that stuff. You don't. You don't.
But you do have those wooden racks and sometimes those wooden drawers.
All right, the wooden drawers is not always Spanish cedar.
Okay.
And the reason they use Spanish cedar is because bugs hate it. Not because they are any better, really. 70/70 is a myth
It's just
out
a
of
guideline.
necessity. Out of
It's
necessity. Because before all these hygrometer can properly measure humidity, there was no number. So what they do is that, okay, what can you measure? I can measure approximately the temperature, which is 70 degrees. And I can definitely measure what salt, average salt and water humidity is. That's 70. So that's how they make how they get 70/70. 70/70 is not the best. Lower the better. 55/60 to 65/60 is is better. The reason people use 7070 a lot is because if you're in a shop, they open the door, close the door all day. So if they don't do higher, that humidity will be gone in no time. So they need higher humidity to prevent that deviation when you open the door. Because once you open the door, the humidity drop by the second. Every so much, like 10 seconds, it drops 1%. So having 70 gives that buffer space. Also for them shipping, when they ship it out, it takes a few days. It gives them a buffer space to continue to drop down. But at home, you don't really need it. You don't. I'm okay with like okay. Sometimes my humidity in my basement drops down to 40s, and I don't worry about it because I know the next couple of days it's gonna raise back to 50, 60. Okay, I show you guys the factory tour, right? Like I was looking at the factory. Even their aging room is not 70/70. It's a lot colder.
Yep.
I like it dry, so it burns nicely. Especially if you keep Cubans, those things they love mold. They will mold at 50. They will have bugs at 70. You get beetle even if you never introduce to 80. In fact, if you introduce to 80 during shipping or whatever sunlight, it will still hatch. Meaning, if you got your cigars in a tray during a sunny party, you went out there, you bring your tray out, and you didn't finish it, so you put it back in the box and put it in your humidor again. Now, those beetle are ready to hatch. So we worry about too many things. And I know here's another myth that cellulose protects your cigars from beetle eating through it. That's another myth. If you have beetle, one single beetle can eat through your entire box. It'll eat the cellulose. It'll eventually die. But before it dies, it'll make sure that you cry over every single cigar that's in that box.
I didn't think that. I thought that once it started eating the cello, that just a couple of munches of it, it will start messing that beetle up and they would die. They wouldn't get that.
No,
far.
they will continue to eat. They will eat multiple whole. It just won't digest and they will eventually die. But that eventually is after they're done feeding.
I didn't know that.
It's a buffet, yeah. It's a buffet. Hence why they use cedar trays, because those beetles don't like cedar trays. They won't eat your tray, but they will eat your cigars. See? All that stuff. We don't really, we're just like, oh, that's true. And if somebody else did it that way, it must be true. If somebody keep their cigar 40 years like that, that must be true. Now, to be honest, Tupperware is literally the best way to keep your cigar. It just looks horrible.
It does.
But it is the best way because no air goes in, no air goes out, no humidity goes in, no humidity goes out. It stays in there forever.
Yeah, that's the next business idea. Make Tupperwares look pretty.
I mean, I think that's how Pravada Cigar Club does it. All their cigars are in Tupperware. Or the
They're cooler.
cooler.
Ice
Yes.
coolers.
Nothing to eat. Nothing to worry about. No humidity issues. Once you close it, that's what it is. But if you keep it for 4 or 5 years, I still think there's a concern. It's just like how you treat it. I mean, I think it's safe to say all the people that's listening right now has the same way of keeping their cigars. It's safe to say. Either you have a cooler door, Tupperware, or an actual humidor, wooden humidor. And our wood humidor actually is the hardest to keep up. And looks the best.
It looks nice. It does look nice.
But that's the thing, right? The wooden humidor is meant to be on the tabletop, and it's not meant to be long keep. You're not supposed to keep cigar in there for years. So you're supposed to fill it. And you're not supposed to fill it 100%.
Yeah, what is it? 75 to 80% tops, something like that.
Because you gotta leave room for humidity and air. Yeah, that's a, should I say rough truth? And that's why I'm saying, like, how basic is basic? If that's basic knowledge, I think we should all know, but we don't. Because we know it other way around.
Well, when you're in the cigar community, obviously you go to different lounges, you meet different people, either you join a group or you make your own group. So there's always all these different talks, and this person came from this group, or this person used to go to this lounge and heard these things about, you know, cigars. So it becomes like rumors and stories. All right, this is how majority of people who I've chatted with, you know, in these lounges in these areas and these places, and like, you want to go to different states or to go to different places, or I go to, you know, the conventions, or I go over here, I would sit down with one of the, you know, makers because they have an event at one of the local, you know, brick and mortars I go to. These are all the stories I've always told: how to season, how to cut, how to light, how to do this, and this becomes like the norm. And
Right, but that's the thing, right? If you're in the chat room and you say, hey guys, how should I season my new humidor? You gotta get like 8 people say one thing, and that's the most common thing. Wipe it down, blah blah blah. And somebody jumps in and says, no, you're not supposed to put water in there, let it sit there for a week. Which one do you listen to?
Majority.
Exactly. And that's a problem, right? So that knowledge never gets passed down. And here's the thing, manufacturers don't bother. That's, you bought it. If it's moldy, great, you buy another one. So they don't care. They let everybody do that way, because if it's bad, you'll buy another one.
And structures in cigars becomes like a folklore.
They never include instruction for that reason. Because everybody does it differently, and they know that there is like an industry standard of what is to do, and they don't want to argue that, because if it's wrong and you still, and people humidors still mold, and then they will just buy another one. They'll buy more trays. They'll buy like replacement wood if it's warped. They will do all that. So if I didn't ask them, they didn't want to tell me. They're like, do whatever you want. Literally, the way he says is like, you guys are the expert. You should know. And I was like, well, I'm asking you, what do you guys do? Right? Because you bring your humidor all the place to shows and stuff like that to show people. You have displays and all that stuff. What do you guys do?
It's like silent rules.
He's just like, we don't do that much. We just put water in there and let it dry it out.
Martin.
Hola, Martin.
What up?
What up?
And when you say to make Tupperware pretty, there's no brand that specifically make Tupperware for cigar yet, Martin.
I was mocking Rick.
Like, what do you like? How do you make a Tupperware pretty?
Fucking Bovida, the Bovida ones that they make plastic.
No, that's acrylic.
Whatever.
And here's the problem with acrylic: they're expensive.
Yep.
Well, I said that because I could, you know, idea could be, you know, an SSL, you know, potentially.
So, no.
Well, we're gonna make money off of these freaking pretty Tupperware shits.
You know, make them cool. Put like one with, you know, the American flag, and then you have the ones with, you know, guns and whiskey and bourbons, and you pimp them out. They can look nice instead of having those clear plastic Tupperwares. Make them look cool.
Make them look pretty.
Make them look pretty.
All right, I look into how to make a Tupperware with prints.
And then
It's very expensive to make a pretty one.
pretty plastic. It's like
Yeah. Okay. So the plastic is always molded as that, semi-translucent white color. The bottom.
yeah.
To make prints on it is actually to a print press with that sponge thing that looks like a butt, like a soft thing, and it presses down with the ink on top, and then they put it on top, bam, it's on there. Almost the same way you print plates. It's two-step process. If you just make a Tupperware, it depends on the size. Okay, let's say average price of a non-printed box is like $1 each. Once you print it, it's the $3 to $4 range, 4 times the price. And like that's the thing, like the way they mold that thing has to be a specific way. So there's really no other way around it to make it affordable. We're talking about that big. You know, if you're doing it that small, there's no point. Like what?
Yeah.
10 cigars is full. You gotta make it like that big, which is just a cooler. Can you buy a pretty cooler? Yes, you can. Can I print a logo on a cooler? Yes, I can. But do you guys want to spend $400 or $500 on a cooler?
So here's what you do. You buy some Tupperware, you put some stickers on it, some SSL stickers on it. Boom! You got a pretty Tupperware.
There we go. But there is one problem with the Tupperware.
What's that?
Actually, 2. Number 1 is sunlight. It's not pervious to sunlight because they're clear. Sunlight can go through.
Okay.
Number 2, yellowing. It looks really ugly once it's yellowed.
True that.
No, you see, you don't call it yellowing. You call it an aged.
Aged.
Yes.
Right? So like even if you make it pretty, you know, in a year or 2, it looks ugly, even if you don't do anything to it.
It's gonna smell.
So yeah, there is no perfect way to it. It's just everybody's preference. I like pretty humidors. I like that. You know, that's why we end up making it, because I like it on the table. It looks good. It makes me feel good every time I open it. All right. Like I literally have a sticker on this thing that has our logo on it on the front. Can't really see it, but it's there. Just because every time I open it, it makes me feel good.
True that.
So going back to that, what information is too basic? Now that we just pulled 2 basic stuff and it turns out not to be basic at all.
So is that guy correct that you could inhale it?
Inhale what?
Cigars.
You can
no.
inhale cigars. You
At
can.
your own risk. At your own risk.
No, you can inhale cigars. We know a few old
There are
timers
some people who's, yeah.
that will inhale them. Is it good to inhale it? Not necessarily.
Hell no.
You can drink water. Is it good to chug entire bottle of water at a time? Not so much.
You can.
Right? So guys, what topic do you guys think is simple? It's so basic it shouldn't exist here. Let's see if we can debunk that thing and make it complicated, and we can talk about it. This is like the only channel on the entire internet about cigars where we'll debunk everybody else's knowledge.
I guess lighting cigars should only be with cedar.
That makes no difference.
But there's a lot of top dogs who run companies that say the only way you should light it for its purest form is to light a cedar stick and then apply it to the cigar.
Well, you know what? Looky here. When they first started making these cigars, do you actually think that, hey, who's got a cedar spill on them?
Fuck no.
No. You see a fire. Hey, light it. Put it on there. Take a puff. Put on it. Take a puff. No, I can't see that. I think no. Same thing with matches. There's some people say really the only way you should light a cigar is with matches.
They
Yeah,
all
if-
try to
if-
prevent that first initial puff issue.
If you're indoors, but if you're outside, I go through a box of matches even indoors.
Well, that's because you use the match wrong.
No. It's the size of the match that they give you.
Mm.
That's another thing. Look, for these cigar manufacturers or not the manufacturers, brick and mortar stores, all right. For you guys out there, you tell your brick and mortar stores when you buy cigars, I always get offered. Do you want some matches?
Yep.
Well, I'm not turning matches down.
True.
Okay, but don't give me a little bitty box of matches like this.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, give me the long ones. I mean, give me the long cigar matchsticks. Man,
Okay, so when it comes to matchsticks, do you know when they give you the small box, you're not supposed to use a single match?
He's like,
I use 20. What are you talking about?
No, at a time.
Yeah, I use 20 one right after the other.
Two or three.
You're supposed to put 3 side by side.
Look it. So look it. Let me show you. This is. Is this on there?
Yes,
I can't
yes.
tell.
I have the same size.
Yeah.
This is what okay now.
Right. You're supposed to light 3 side by side, so you get a wider flame to light your cigar.
Yeah, and for me, it burns faster and it burns my fingers faster.
That's
That is
because you
how-
tend to hold this thing sideways or downwards. It burns faster.
Now look it. Now this is the size that you should be getting. Davidoff, I love you, boys.
And even that, you're supposed to use 2 or 3 side by side.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many I got in there. Let me count them.
Right? This is what I use to. I have it.
Two,
Have it
That's
off.
longer. Yeah, that's longer than.
But
the-
you're supposed to use 2 to 3 side by side. Did you know that?
3, 4.
If I try to use 2 to
5,
3 side by side, I
5,
will be the
6,
first homeless cigar
7,
creator.
8.
My
I
house
got-
be in burst.
I got 10 matches in this box.
Right. And you're supposed to only light 3 or 4 cigars with that box.
10 matches, 10 cigars.
No. You're supposed to do it side by side,
5 max.
so you get a wider flame. You're supposed to do it like this.
Look at it.
You're supposed to do it like this, so you get a wider flame to do your cigars. Did you know that? I did not know that.
I did not know that either. All I know is that it takes me almost an entire box of those little ones. All right, easy 6 to 10 for me to light my cigar with this long sticks, long matchsticks. 1, sometimes 2.
So it's because every time you light one, you got somebody right next to you. And you're like, oh, it's out. Oh, it's out again.
Yeah. And light 2 side by side. I don't want to do your 2 box method.
But I will tell you this much: I have,
Ah.
especially indoors, I have gone back to a trusty Zippo. Instead of the match, I use this. Okay.
Hmm.
I have to re-energize it once a week, and I'm good.
Hold on. Hold on a second.
Well, I don't got that fancy clinging stuff.
I got a fancy.
I don't got
Zippo.
that. I got it.
So you're supposed to
I
use 2 side by side, so you get a bigger flame.
Yeah, spread the legs
Oh
open.
shit! Damn, my logo's. I've been using this so much, my logo is falling off.
And you're supposed to point it up after you let. So it goes up like that, and then Once it doesn't burn, you go side again and you go straight up. You're
So
supposed to do
this,
that.
and then this, and then this, and then this.
So you're supposed to use two side by side to light up your cigar.
Two side by side.
So you get a wide enough flame to cover your cigar. The smaller one use 3. And if they're burning together side by side, they burn slower.
I did not know that.
I did not know. I thought it would burn faster.
Same.
I did not know that. So I went through all this looking for answer kind of thing, and I found a lot of like basic stuff. It's not so basic. But who am I gonna go and argue?
I mean, the humidor thing sounds. I mean, that makes more sense. Like with the how to
Season.
season it. That makes a lot of sense.
I went and kind of asked and dive into those information and realized a lot of basic stuff that we talk about is actually not basic. But that's the thing, right? If I put it out there, nobody's gonna believe it either, because now I say this one thing, 10 other people will say that's not how I did it.
Right.
Yes, that's true.
And this is why nobody out there argues it.
Everybody argues about everything. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
But here's the thing, go try it. Next time you light up your match, you use 2. It's gonna light a lot evener, because now you get the same concept as a flat flame.
Huh. All right.
Now you get a wider flame, better distribute, light up your cigar. And it will light faster too. Which also debunks toasting, because toasting didn't really exist until later on.
True that.
Yeah, they probably came out with the torch era. The torch started.
Yeah, because torch is very directional. So if you don't light the sides, it's gonna light unevenly. But here's the thing, right? People's like, oh, if you toast it, your first puff is gonna be good. But if you toast it, you still have to light it. Once you light it, you're still burning it to death. Unless your entire cigar is burned to just with toasting. If you light your entire cigar solely with just toasting.
What do you mean?
So to not burn your tobacco, the only way is to toast it and do nothing but toasting. Because toasting it, lighting it up with a much smaller flame. Does that make sense?
Okay.
They're saying that torch lighter is really hot. So you'll
Yes.
burn your tobacco. So you toast it.
With a flame like this, I would say that as intense, but way less.
People will still toast their cigar with that. Have you not
Yeah.
seen the David of Linden?
Like, yeah.
So if you light your entire cigar with toasting, yeah, your first puff is gonna be that toasting smoke. But as soon as you took a draw, guess what happened? The ember heats up, your cigar still burns.
True. Same shit.
So all that stuff will develop to give a story, to give a
Elegance to it.
process to that an elegant process. But if you really think about it, it doesn't make sense at all.
Moral of the story: just eat your cigars.
Don't do that.
I mean, people chew on them.
I'm gonna say, there's a buddy that I know that he doesn't smoke cigars at all. Like he buys cigars. All he does is just chew on it.
Yeah, you chew tobacco. You can chew tobacco.
My aunt told me that her neighbor also chews on their cigars. Doesn't light it, just chews on it.
Yep.
And she knows nothing about cigars. She's like, yeah, he's always got a cigar in his mouth, but he's just biting it.
And here, let's talk about long ashes. People love long
Yeah.
ashes.
Yeah, what about that?
I stopped doing long ashes
Same.
maybe 4 years ago, because I realized every time the ash drops, the flavor got better.
That's right.
Isn't it the rule of thumb is maximum like 3/4 of an inch? or at least an inch.
Yeah, about an inch.
1 inch.
If you leave long ashes, yes, it's pretty cool. Yes, it burns well. And why do you think it's not the focus of ITS?
What do you mean?
Because that ash stops you from getting fresh air to get that flavor. When you have long ash, when you have long enough ash sitting over there, every puff go through the previous ash, so you gotta get some ash flavor.
Yeah, it's not filtering correctly. You're the air is coming in from the top. It's going through all these layers of just burnt ash.
No. It's going through like
The sides, but again, yeah, sides and top. But again, you're still getting the top air coming in, but sides. So the side is doing not as much effort. Well, it is doing effort, but
It's like a centrifuge.
yeah.
But here's the thing, right? What people don't realize is not only that it's affecting the flavor. It's taking away fresh oxygen for your cigar to burn.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about that?
I never thought about that.
Right? It was fresh air, so the flame's gotta burn nicely and evenly. It's gotta give you the flavor. Now you have ash in front of it. It's gotta carry all that stuff with it, no longer to be fresh air. So your cigar doesn't want to burn well. Your cigar doesn't want to heat up nicely. You have to do 2 or 3 draw or longer draw to make sure that heats up enough so that it brings you that flavor. You can puff like that,
debunked.
but it doesn't help. Because now you're not getting the flavor. Your taste bud had to filter out that ashy taste.
Only with the cigar knowledge today, man.
This is an educational channel.
It's educational. No, I just feel like all those basic stuff is not so basic once you start talking about it. And I stopped doing that because I realized that if I want to get flavor, I had to keep tapping the ash off. Now I get the etiquette of like rolling your thing and stuff like that. Do not stuff it. Yeah, I get that part. That's fine. But those are just etiquette. That's just it's like gotta be a gentleman, open the door for the ladies. That kind of crap. What, the lady cannot open the door? Yeah, they could. But we do it because.
Right.
But it's not a golden rule. Like all those golden rule that we think for cigar, being a golden rule is really not a golden rule. It makes the cigar much more complicated. And then you wonder why people no longer want to nerd out about it.
Right.
Because it just makes your process much more complicated before you get to smoke it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I remember I watched a video not so long ago on TikTok. It was a bourbon sommelier guy. He's like, "This is how you properly, drink bourbon." He gets a cup, pours the bourbon in it, shook it around, and just toss the whole liquid out. He says, "All right, toss it out. Once you do that, then pour your second shot in there. And swirl it again, and you put it to your nose, and you go from nostril to nostril."
I saw that same video. He was using like a Glencairn with a stem in the bottom or something like that. And he's like, "Oops, just do that at his bar." Yeah, he does that. He does that.
Glencairn on his nose. He's like, you keep it to your nose. Keep it to your nose, and you smell.
Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Breathe it hard. One breath.
And then you get yourself a nice, little vase of water, and then you pour a little bit. So dilute it from 45% to 40%. And then you swirl it. You swirl it. You swirl it. Again, put it back to your nose. And your nose. All the way your nose. Smell it.
Yeah, he tells you to dig your nose in there.
Introduce your skin into it. And then once you do all that, then take a sip. I'm like, I'm not doing that every single time I want a fucking shot of bourbon.
Here's the thing, right? I would put a shot in there. I would smell it, but I wouldn't dig my whole entire nose in there.
Exactly.
I
So,
would
Cat-
smell it to enjoy that
No, see-
aroma. And I'll drink it
Hey,
after that. Okay, sometimes I'll just like put my finger and dip a little bit of water and just do a drip of water in there that kind of separates the oil in there. But that's it. But you would think that the bourbon or whatever that you bought is already perfection.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all that thing to make it good.
Watch,
Right.
Look how simple this is. Ready?
right.
Well, you
Wow.
go to the bar, you're like, hey, give me 2 shots of bourbon, throw the first shots out.
You have to season the glass.
You want to season the glass? Order another one. Give me 2 shots of bourbon. Make sure you do 1 shot at a time. Throw the first shot out before you put the second one, please. You don't. You don't. So I don't know where all this like weird method came from.
Social media, clicks and likes. That's all it is. It's just, I think it's just social media stuff.
Like, think about this, right? When people test tasting in the factory in bourbon, right? You think they do that?
No.
Fuck no.
Like they got like 100 barrels to go through. They like and go.
Wait, your master distiller does that.
They taste it. They test the alcohol level, and that's it.
They have like little strips of paper that could test the alcohol percentage. If it turns yellow, that means that above this or below this, and then yellow,
look,
red, purple.
I think what you guys look at, there's 2 types of spirits. I will just say bourbon, okay? Bourbon or whiskey, okay? I don't want to get into scotches and all this, but say bourbon. You got the shots, and you got the sippers, the tasting. All right. The difference is with the shots, you don't worry about the notes. You just take a shot. All right.
Okay.
But when you have a good bourbon and you want to get the notes of it, you want to get the aromas of it, yeah. You do the nosing of it. Okay? Because then you're gonna pick up the vanillas, the caramels.
But you do that
get-
when you're drinking it. You do
Well,
that when you
well,
drink
wait a
and
minute.
breathe.
Well, wait a minute. Now you got to prepare your palate. Okay, you're just not going to take it and drink it, because then what happens is, what do you taste? You don't taste it. You taste the burn. You taste the alcohol.
And that's anybody's first sip.
Well, no. Look, you introduce that spirit to your palate by taking a small sip, and
Right.
let it circulate in your palate to get your palate ready and your throat ready for that next sip. Then you take that sip. That's when you really start tasting
Right.
those notes.
Any first sip is just gonna be burnt. Yes, Martin.
Somebody has a question.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So, when the fuck has bourbon tasting become so similar to like fucking wine tasting?
Well, once bourbon got popular, yeah, because like you start to have like a $2,000 bourbon, $3,000 bourbon, so tasting became a thing because you ain't gotta pay the $3,000 to buy a bottle. All right, so bourbon, no ice or water.
Amen.
Yes, you can do that, but here's the thing: bourbon has been sitting in that bottle for a long time. You don't want to swish it because you introduce air into it. So if you put a drip of water that doesn't like oil. Oil is hydrophobic. So what you do is when you put 1 drop of water in there, you'll actually see the oil separate,
Yeah.
and that helps that introduce the flavor into your mouth when you drink it. 1 drop. That's all you need. 1 drop.
Yeah, it's a dropper, not a. Yeah. I agree.
You can drink it neat. Yes, you can, but you'll find out your first few sip is not as good as your last few sip because all the oil just sits there.
The first sip will never be as good as the last sip because you'll be too drunk to even know. You'll be like, damn, this is fucking good, man. I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always put 1 drop of water, and you can watch the thing just comes out. You can see the oil move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
by the
you
time
can drink it neat. Yeah,
mix
you
it,
can,
it's good.
but it's really harsh. It's really harsh. But if you want all the flavor, you do that one step, changes it. Now, of course, some bourbon is just caramel coloring, not aged enough. You put water in there, dilute the shit out of it. Yeah, it's like horrible. So if you put 1 drop in water, it tastes like shit. You know you bought a cheap alcohol. But if you get anything good, you want to separate that. You want the oil to separate so that you can have a good drink. Yeah, we just make it so complicated.
Yep. Quick check.
Oh my god.
Ring check.
My ring is actually in the box right now.
Yeah, I got my ring put away.
I got my ring.
Just fucking with you.
So yeah. Easy topic, complicated as it gets.
Yeah.
So now we'll go back again. So how basic can we get on the show? How basic is basic? It's too basic. And you know, Val, you're right. There's no such thing as silly questions. But there are such thing as you're too lazy to Google. However, Google information might not be right.
True. Especially for translations.
There are a lot of times where I go to a forum, ask a question, and they were like, "Have you searched?" It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So guys, what are some of the things that you think is super basic that you don't even need to talk about? Let's bring it out to see how much complicated can we make it. Because you might just learn something from it. So, to be honest, seriously, I learned a lot. I learned a lot over the past few years. And a lot of things I learned are controversial and not what people say it was. A lot.
Yeah. I mean, everything you talked about so far has made sense.
And that changed my smoking habit, really. Over the year, I get less and less and less and caring about my cigar where it is.
True. I
To a
I've
point
cared
where
less
I
about-
eventually had to clean my basement because I literally would trip over a cigar every so often. Kicking the cigar box with a pinky is no fun. So, hold on a second. What is this?
I mean, yeah, I've cared less about the way that I light my cigar.
Yep.
Over the years.
Yeah. Like when we go out hang out, we've been to multiple places where we see cigar blenders, cigar owners, and stuff like that. How long does it take for them to light their cigar? How long?
A couple seconds.
Yeah.
Hygrometers, I don't even use those anymore. I just use Boba packs.
I don't even look at how much humidity my machine is.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. Just fucking use Bobatus. You're good.
Right? If you like, here's the thing: a lot of people push so much humidity that you actually have to dry box it. The fact that you had to dry box it tells you that you have the cigar too wet to start with. It's not smokable thing, right? When you go to the lounge, you take one out and smoke. You don't be like, you take one out and say, "Hey, do you have a dry box? I can leave it there for a few hours before I start smoking this one." Right? You don't. You take it out, you smoke it, and that's it.
Yep.
So we've been doing it wrong. We've been doing it wrong. Well, I have corrected it since I know about those things. It makes sense. The humidor thing, I know I learned that recently, and I forgot to talk about it every time. The alcohol thing, I think we talked about a few times. The lighting, the cigar thing, I talked about a few times. But we never like had a serious discussion about it.
So look, here's another question I remember from the past. How often do you season your humidor throughout the year?
You shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to.
Shouldn't
as long
have
as you
to.
keep Nobody in there.
If you have to re-season it, that means your humidor's dry.
Well, I mean, I have some friends. I reseason mine every 6 months. So what for?
No, you should
Sure.
you should organize your cigars, not season it. People season and re-season it while they reorganize the cigars. But you
Which-
shouldn't have to re-season it. You do have to organize your cigar because the cigar that's on the bottom needs to come out top because it takes the weight and crumbles over time.
Which, if you also re-season, wetting down the walls, you're fucking up your humidor.
So like it's like if it's not broken, don't fix it. Now, if your humidor's dry, you start to see cracks, then you might have to go through the thing, put a cup in there, make sure that there's enough. Like you might have too much cigar and not enough humidity.
Yeah.
It depends on where you are. It really depends where you are. I mean, if you're in like Miami, it's always wet. If in Seattle, it's always wet. Then
Alright,
you never
so
have
here's
to
a
worry about
question. Here's a question. Can you have too many Boveda of the same percentage in your humidor and it damage something?
that. Okay. So this is what they say, right? If you have many Bovedas, they will fight over the humidity.
No.
But
I'm saying
but
That's
But
what they
that's
say.
if-
That was the argument.
65,
but that's if they're
65%.
different. That's only if there are different ranges. If
It
you
can
have
be
a
different ranges.
69 with a 72 with a 65. Yeah, they're complicated with each other. They're banging heads against each other.
It
But if
wouldn't.
well, I mean, if they're all 65s, you still got everything all 65. You shouldn't have a problem having 3 of those in there.
What are they fighting for?
Well, you got one is at 69. You got one is at 65. You got a variance. Who's gonna pull more moisture out?
Or let me ask you this, right?
Ask me.
Let's say you went to a room like 007,
Yeah.
okay? It's got lasers going through. Laser, right?
No.
Now, let me
The
finish. Let me finish.
007 wait. The 007 room I'm going to has a bunch of women.
Okay.
True.
You got a
True.
bunch of women. Oh, no, that doesn't really work. All right, you got a bunch of women assassins,
Ooh,
okay?
I want the blonde.
You got four blondes that will kill anybody who's under the age of 40.
I'm in trouble.
All right?
Kill me,
and,
baby.
And you got 4 more assassins who's brunette that will kill anybody who's over the age of 60. Okay, let's say that's the case. Get it? 40 and 60.
I got you. I see what you're going. Yeah.
What is the maximum amount of age that you can actually pass through there alive?
59.
Huh?
59.
39.
Why 39?
Because at 40 they die.
No,
The
because
blonde
if
will
you
have killed anybody who's under 40.
Wait, what?
You got 4 blondes that will kill anybody who's under who's over the age of 40.
Right.
And you got 4 more brunettes that will kill anybody who's over the age of 60. What is the youngest age that can actually pass through?
I'm going with the redhead then. I'm going with the redhead.
I thought you were
She ain't
saying
killing
like
nobody.
40, the 60, they're gonna kill anyone younger than.
The lowest one will always do the work first. Right?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
anything more than
yeah.
40 don't matter. So you can have 65 and get 40. The 40's got to do the work until the 40 cannot do the work anymore. Then the rest goes to the 60.
How did you get by? I went through the side door. How old are you? 71. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Did you get it?
Yeah.
The one with the lowest amount will do the work first until it cannot do any more work. And then the rest will do. Because the other one will still take 40 and up. That's if it pass through, but the 40 will do the work.
I see what you're
Oh, yeah,
saying.
man. Can you imagine that? Hey, Madeline, place is kind of empty, huh? Oh, hell, it's Vanessa's fault.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So this so you have Bovita pack 45% and 72%. 72% will never get to fight with the 40%. The 40% will do the work first.
Yeah, but the 72 is going to pull out the 45s.
No, it's not gonna pull because it will never reach past that. If it reaches past that, your 45% is full.
So it's empty, and then the other one would work.
No, all of them will get 40. 75 will still get 40 because it will never pass 40. Once it passes 40, the 75 will take the rest that's over 40, but that's when the 40 stop working. So imagine the 4 blondes, they're off shift, they walked away.
Man, all I gotta say is, fellas, look out for those cougars.
Right? Does that make sense? They will all absorb at the same rate and will continue to absorb until they're full and stops. Right? So the 40% Bovita will take anything more than 40 and continue to absorb until it's 40 and stops. And the 75 will continue to absorb until it reaches 75. So the 40 will have to stop in order for the 75 to even get to 75.
Right.
Because they are absorbing the same rate.
I mean, it did make sense, but that's not the way I understood it.
So how are they gonna fight if they are saying that, okay, right now this humidity is 80. 75 is gonna keep grabbing, 45 is gonna keep grabbing, 75 will grab until it's 75 and stop. This is good, 75. Anything lower than that, I don't care. And 40 will continue to grab until it's 40. But you think that not anything's gonna change? They're gonna fight anything anywhere between 75 and 40? Because the 75 ain't gonna move.
I see what you're saying.
So the higher percentage will stop working first if it's a higher humidity situation, right? If it's a lower humidity situation, the lower humidity will block everything before the higher humidity stop working. Right? Because your 75 is gonna keep at 75. That means at 40 and the other one 75, the 75 had to keep releasing.
I see what you mean.
Because now it's too low. It's two-way. It's two-way, right? If it's too low, it releases. If too high, it absorbs, right? So at 40, it's constantly absorbing at 40. The 75 has to constantly release at 75 until it's 40. Until it's 75, actually. I'm sorry. Until it's 75. That thing, once it's 75, it stops. So the lowest amount is gonna work because you're more if your environment's drier. The 75 is to work until 75, and the rest is gonna be the lowest amount because it's always gonna go with the lowest amount. So if you put multiple different Bovita pack, it's gonna end up between the lowest amount and the highest amount. And it will continue to work that way, circulating. So are they fighting over something? No, there's nothing to fight because 40 only want anything that's higher than 40. And 75 wants anything that's higher than 75.
But it's the middle that it's like you're trying to find equilibrium.
Well, in the middle is kind of like this. It's the 75 continue to release until it ends up to 40. And the 40% continue to absorb until it starts in 40. So you'll get somewhere between 45, 40, but eventually the end goal will be 40 because your lowest amount is 40.
And I always thought that the higher amount was going to pull it.
The higher amount couldn't pull it. The higher amount's keeping it at a higher amount. That means that you gotta release it. Right? When your humidity is too dry and have 75% of humidity pack in there, what does that do? It releases humidity. And you'll keep releasing it until it's dry. So what you gotta end up with is 40, the lowest amount. Somebody put a rainbow, the more you know.
Dun, dun, dun,
I did
dun.
earlier.
Right? So if you put it in that perspective, the humidity pack thingy myth, it's like that. It's like that. It takes and gives. The lowest amount wins.
So, Tony, how many? I want to bounce this out a minute. How many people we have on right now?
12.
12?
12. Why?
Lucky number 12.
Just wondering.
Right? So, yeah, it's another simple question that got complicated. If you had to do the math to make sense. Because when they say they're fighting, there's nothing to fight. It's just a constant amount of humidity, and they will both grab it at the same rate. And then once it goes over a certain threshold, it starts to release or take. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Should I put it even easier way? If people don't not clear with that, I can put in another example for you guys.
Oh.
All right, let's say you have a rock glass. I have a beer glass. So beer glass is taller, right?
Yeah, pint.
So you constantly fill water in there, right? And what you want to do is you want to keep you and every time you put water in there, there's only so much water, and you got to fill all the cups. Do you think that you should fill the you'll fill the small cup first, right? If you fill at the same time, you'll fill up the smaller cup first.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you fill the smaller cup, where's the rest go? The rest goes to the beer cup, right? Because once the small cup, the rock glass is full, you have more water, it goes to the beer glass, correct?
Okay.
So if I only have a certain amount of water and I fill up, and if the rock glass is never full, I will never go dump the rest into the beer glass. Does that make sense? In order to dump the rest, I need to fill both glasses at the same rate. So in order for the beer glass to hug the rest, the smaller glass has to get full first.
Okay.
They must be the same rate. But there's only so many this will hold, 40. So unless it fills 40, the rest won't go anywhere. It continues to fill that cup.
I mean, with all this information about how my brain is trying to process all this, I think it'd be best if with that said cup, if it's full, just get a lid and shut the full cup.
Shut the fuck up. It's a little bit complicated, but if you set it as if 40 gets full, then the rest gets to that. In order, like if you have, let's say, all right, if you take away the large one, if you only have 40% Bovita pack, what does that Bovita pack does? If you only have a 40% Bovita pack in your humidor, what does that do? It keeps your humidity at 40%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll never go to 75.
Right.
So even if you put a 75, your Bovita pack is still keeping it for 40. You'll never go to 75.
I get what you're saying.
So if I put a 75 in there and then increase the humidity in the humidor to 75, what's your 40 supposed to do? Lower it back to 40.
I get what you're saying, but it just doesn't sound right.
No, which part? Like you gotta tell me which part doesn't sound right so I can correct that.
Well,
right?
I mean, I got a 75 and I got a 40, and I know the 75 is higher, so it's going to pull the 40 out.
No, but then only no. your Bovita pack is not meant to pull to the 40, 75. It's supposed to pull anything higher than 75 so that it will keep it at 75. So if the humidity is at 76, you'll pull the humidity until it's 75. Right? That's what Bovita pack does. If it's higher than the percentage, it absorbs. If it's lower than percentage, it releases.
It really right.
Right. So the job of the lower one is to keep it lower. The job of the higher one is to keep it higher. Right? So if I have a humidor, I put a 75% in there. The humidity currently in there is 75.
Yeah.
So if I put a 40 in there, what happens? The 40 it's gonna start absorbing until it lowers down to 40.
And then that Bovita pack's gonna balloon up.
It's gonna balloon up, yes. So what happened to the 70? The 70 is gonna say the humidor I'm supposed to keep at 75. Now it's not 75. It's lower. It's lower to the 40 now. What should I do? Release.
Gonna keep release.
Right. So the highest it will go is 40.
I
I'm
gotcha.
gonna test that out.
I gotcha.
You can test it out because that's what I do with my that's what I do with my humidor. I have all kind of different back in there.
And I think I got caught in that trap. Okay, because I keep thinking you can't have different percentages of the Bovita packs because they're going to be fighting each other for that humidity, right?
What percentage is this? They are in the same humidor, okay? This is in the same humidor. What
65.
percentage is this?
65.
What percentage is this?
69.
This is solid.
Yeah, because that one absorbed it all. It's trying to keep it lower.
This is 65. All the moisture went to 65 instead of my 69. Why? This is releasing. This is grabbing everything. So the lowest one will always win.
Okay. And I was always concerned about, oh man, I got a 69 and I got a 65 in there. They're fighting each other.
I have more 69s than this one pack of 65, and the 65 one is soft. Why are they fighting? Solid. Why are they fighting? It will never pass 65. Because this continues to release it until it's full. This is taking everything else.
And then vice versa. When that one's dry, the other one's going to be...
No, it doesn't go vice versa. If this thing is completely full, I say this thing does not want to absorb anymore, then the 69 will start absorbing until it's 69.
I'm just saying, like, then if it ends up going dry... No, never mind. It wouldn't...
Understand?
I get it.
So when the 65 quit working, say I'm full, I'm done. Now the humidity rises, it continues to go to the 69 until the 69 is full.
So it's like a reciprocal thing at that point.
The lowest one had to be filled first.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what the humidity pack design, the percentage design is to act at that humidity. It only absorbs past that humidity. It releases before that humidity, it absorbs past that humidity. So if it's not past 69, it's not gonna absorb, it's gonna release. That make sense? Does that make sense now? 69 will only absorb past 69.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. I gotta do something real quick.
Anything below that, it releases. And 65, it's gonna keep absorbing until it reaches 65. Anything above that, it just keep absorbing. Anything below that, it releases. So the lowest will always win. I tested out. I knew you guys are not gonna believe me. I tested out. So I'm not worried about
Say it.
my humidor don't have enough humidity. I worry about my humidor have too much humidity. So my low is 65. The 69 is just every time I bought it, they just put it in there. So in there, just in case. So if my place got flooded, yeah, the 69 will work. It'll work a lot harder until 69 and the rest will work.
Right.
So the only time that I can think that they're fighting is because both are dry. Let's say 65 and 69 is dry, but you have 80 humidity. Both are working hard, trying to steal water.
Right.
But in the end, you'll still end up at 65. Does that make sense now? Does that make... Does that answer your question?
Here's a question for everybody watching. Have you checked to make sure your bobatas aren't dry?
I never really care about it, to be honest, because if my cigar is dry, my cigar is dry, but like in my basement humidity will replenish it, no problem. Right? There are times where like, okay, I do have a humidifier down here, and I will load it up when I start to feel zapping.
Oh yeah.
Because I have a microfiber sofa over there, and I realize that I know sometimes because the fans over there, it starts to zap you. So I have a humidifier running over there, all the way in the corner, but it does not affect any of my cigars. I just smoke 2 cigars, no burning problem. Right? We literally smoke 10, 15 or more cigars over here. I'm sitting over here. You think that if my place has humidity problem, every single cigar I smoke is gonna have a problem.
Right.
Because it really doesn't. So yeah, simple questions, complicated answers. I think we can make it as complicated as possible. But I think this is what we do to debunk it, right? To make you... Literally, I hope this makes your cigar experience easier. Because it just tells you that a lot of things that you really pay attention to really doesn't matter. Right? You just have to care about what your lowest humidity is. What is the lowest humidity that you're willing to accept? Right? If it's 55, put a 55 pack in there. Don't care about anything else. Yeah, you got 69 packs or whatever, throw it in there too, just in case. Right? You'll continue to release until it's dry as bone. Right? But you really don't have to do anything. Cigar burns best dry. Cigar burns best dry. That's like saying that, hey, I would love to have chopped down wood and put it right in my fireplace and hopefully it'll burn well. You're supposed to leave it out there dry for a couple of years. Because dry burns well. You don't want to burn wet leaves. When's the last time you cleaned the leaves and in the fall time and you decide to burn wet leaves? You want to burn dry leaves to get that flavor. You want to get the ash off so that you can get the cleanest burn possible, right? If you worry about the cleanest flavor, why wouldn't you want the cleanest burn possible?
True.
Right? That ash is blocking everything that you can possibly do. This is why you can't relight your cigar with the ash on. Right? And you don't have to care about your humidity that much. It really doesn't do anything. A lot of people, I'm telling you, everybody who started out a cigar, first thing they get, humidor and hygrometer of some sort. But if you look at the old hygrometer, it's really not the percentage that matters, right? You get like a yellow line, you get a red line, and you got a green line. Anywhere between the green is good. There's a whole range is good.
Yeah.
The whole range is good. And not to mention, that's not even accurate. And your digital one, have you calibrated?
Right.
When's the last time you calibrated your digital hygrometer?
I don't think many people even do that.
Yeah, because it could be wrong.
Yeah, I haven't done mine since I received it like 4 years ago.
No, I've got mine and I tried to calibrate it. One of mine was off by 6 points.
Wow.
So I keep one big 69 pack in my jar last 2 years. Yeah. If it's not over, you don't have to be worried about it. If it's too dry, you'll know. You pick up a cigar, it crumbles like no tomorrow, then you know it's too dry. Put a little bit of water.
Yeah.
Right?
But you can never have too many Boveda.
No,
right?
you won't. You can't. Because they only work within a certain percentage. You have too many, so what? Let them fight. If they do fight, let them fight. Because in the end, it's still gotta be that percentage that you want.
Right.
Right? Who cares if they fight? They fight, they can fight. Maybe work faster. Yeah, if you have like 4 or 5 different 69%, to get from 80% to 69% will be a lot faster because you got all this absorbing the same rate. It won't stop until you get to there. So yeah, it'll be faster. But it will get to the percentage that you want. That's science. Right? That's physics. And the rest is we don't have to worry about it. You know, you pick up your favorite cigar, you take 2 seconds to light it and start enjoying it right away. Don't be like, I'm going to Disney World, I'm gonna wait 2 hours in line before I get there, because that's a process. No, I get a fast lane, I can freaking go straight to the front.
Yep.
That's what you need to do. When a cigar, light it up. Don't worry about the first puff. You ain't gonna remember that first puff.
Yep.
In fact, the first 5 or 6 puff, you're not gonna remember because what you're doing, you're popping and lighting at the same time. You already went through like how 10, 15 puff already. And that's not your first puff. So yeah. Talking about that actually makes time flew by. I mean, explaining those shit, I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's such a basic thing. I think everybody know. Everybody know one way or another. It works. It's not like saying it doesn't work. It works. It's $86 for pepperoni pizza at Pizza Planet at Disney. I do not.
What?
Fuck
Hell no. That pepperoni pizza be like cure all the cancers I have in my body.
Yeah,
Every
I don't
type of
remember that
disease.
at all. I remember 1998 and 2007 or 6. A turkey leg is $18.
Sheesh.
That's all I remember. The rest, I don't think I ever really eat inside Disney. You're waiting in line, you ain't got time to wait in line for the restaurant too. Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not go there. $86 for a pepperoni pizza? No, take your $86, take a train, go to New York, get a $1 pizza. You probably can get 2 slices.
True. True.
And
Yes,
probably
you
tastes
can.
better.
Yes, you can.
All right, do that. All right, so 11:07. Time flew by. I hope you guys like the knowledge that you obtained that you don't want, because some of this knowledge I'm pretty sure nobody wants. I didn't want it because like after I know about it, my mind was blown. I was like, what? Yeah, it was like that. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna jump into Discord for a little bit. Everybody, have a good night. I'll see you guys Saturday. Saturday is our anniversary show. Bring a drink.
Bring a drink or
Bring
two
your drink. Bring your drink.
Or
Bring your
3.
ITS. Bring your drink.
or 4. No, but just bring a bottle.
Yeah, bring the whole bottle.
Just bring the bottle
Right.
with you.
Yeah,
Bring a whole
bring
bottle.
Bring a drink of 3 or 10.
Okay. Bring a drink. Bring a whole bottle. Bring your cigar. Let's celebrate the new era. The new era of Shadow Smoke's Legion. Okay. I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good night, guys.
All right.
Amen
Good night,
to that.
everybody. Thanks for joining.
Amen to that. Peace.